Right now, it kind of looks like an old school football helmet, doesn't it? But once you get trim all the way around the edge, this cute ear flap is going to be fabulous. So let's learn how to do it. To make ear flaps, we need to place a few markers. So we'll put a marker here in the last stitch that we created, and we're going to fold our hat in half with that marker at one end, and we'll come down to the other, and we'll pop a stitch marker in there. And then we're going to turn it and fold it so those stitch markers are together. And pop another marker in that end and this end. Let's take a look at what we got here. Your ear flaps are going to be on the side, obviously, and you need them centered towards the back, not the front, and not even centered really. They actually need to be centered more towards the back. So this will be the center front, this will be the back, and the ear flaps will actually go right here. You need something that's approximately 3 inches for an adult size, 2 maybe for a child. So we're going to take that back stitch marker out. That's about 3 inches. We need an odd number of stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. And we need to mark this one. So now we just know we need 9 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. Now we'll begin our crocheting. We'll pop that stitch marker out. We'll chain 1. And we will decrease. So we're going to insert our hook, draw up a loop, insert, draw up a loop, draw through all 3 stitches. Then we'll crochet across until we get to the last 2 stitches. And there they are. Draw up a loop, take our stitch marker out, draw up a loop, pull through all 3, chain 1 and turn. Now we will just simply crochet across the entire row. Decreases happen on opposite rows. We'll chain 1 and turn and decrease. Make our first decrease, chain across, and there's our second decrease. Chain 1 and turn and choke and single crochet across. Chain 1 and turn and decrease. Chain single crochet and decrease. Now we're down to 3 stitches. We'll chain 1 and turn. Single crochet in all of them, chain 1, and now we're going to draw up a loop in each stitch so that there are 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and draw through all of them. And there is the beginning of our first ear flap. We are going to chain 1 and begin working down the side. We will single crochet in each row end, working down the edge here. Just visualize where that row end is and single crochet in each one. Now, here's a tricky part right here. Right here is a single crochet from the foundation row. And you can see there's a single crochet in it. And then this is the next single crochet in the back of the hat. Already placed a single crochet in the end of this row. If we simply put a single crochet over here, we're going to end up with a bit of a gap in there, and it's not going to lay quite correctly. So what works very nicely is to insert your hook and pull up a loop, and then pull up a loop in the single crochet you want, and then draw through all 3. Visually, this looks like a decrease, but really all it does is just fill that space in. We are now going to single crochet all the way across the back of the hat. We will actually, once we come up to the stitch marker, we will remove the stitch marker, single crochet, I dropped it in, and replace the stitch marker, and crochet over to the next stitch marker. And then we can take this one out. Okay, now this is where we begin the flap. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and we will decrease, and then single crochet across until you are 2 stitches before the next stitch marker. Here we are. We're going to pull up a loop, remove our stitch marker, pull up a loop, and draw through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. And then again we'll just single crochet all the way across this row, all the way over. This helps to not have too harsh of a decrease process. Keeps it a little more tapered. And chain 1 and turn, decrease at the beginning, and work across, and decrease at the end, chain 1 and turn, and work across even, chain 1 and turn, decrease, single crochet, decrease, chain 1 and turn, single crochet across those 3, chain 1 and turn, pull up a loop in each of the 3, draw through all 4, and that takes us back to the edge that goes around to the back. So we will chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in the end of each row. Get down to that last one. All right. We're going to do something a little bit different. Same idea as where we filled in that gap before. We're going to pull up a loop, but instead of making a single crochet over here, we're going to pull up a loop in that single crochet and pull it through all of those loops. And then we will slip stitch. Just a few, maybe 6 stitches. This helps to even things out. If you were going to have a contrasting edge, this is a really great time to just switch your contrast color in the back here, and then go all the way around. But here's your little ear flaps. And once you crochet around this edge, that's going to smooth all those row ends out very nicely. And where we pulled those 3 single crochets all at the same time, that makes a perfect little spot right here to attach a braid or to crochet a long piece, because we kind of like those ear flaps that have the long dangle things coming down, don't we? And that is the basics of how to do ear flaps.